Luton Community Housing, LCH, is fully committed to ensuring the health, safety and well-being of all our employees. This short animation will help you stay safe on your journey with us. As an employee, you will be consulted in your regular one-to-ones with your manager regarding health and safety involving the activities you are undertaking. A risk assessment will identify specific training needs within your job function. A health and safety law poster is displayed in all LCH workplaces. Please look out for this for more information. So, who is responsible? The CEO ensures that all health and safety issues are dealt with at the necessary level. The strategic team lead on health, safety and well-being. The operational team hold responsibilities for their own departments and carry out the relevant risk assessments. Our approved contractors also need to work safely. If you see something that concerns you, please report to your manager. But the most important thing is you need to take reasonable care for health and safety of yourselves and others. This can include personal risk assessing. What is the importance of a risk assessment? A risk assessment is a process LCH carries out to identify potential hazards in the workplace and, where possible, eliminate or minimize the risk of accidents. Remember to look for the hazards. Think about who could be harmed and evaluate the risk. Do what is required to reduce the risk. Look, think, do. Make sure you're familiar with your individual department's risk assessments. If regular risk assessments are not complete, this can result in unnecessary accidents. So, what happens in the event of an accident? All accidents must be recorded in the accident book, no matter how minor they may seem to you. Ensure you follow procedures, as it could save lives, including yours. All incidents reported in the accident book should be reported to your line manager in the first instance, within a maximum timescale of 24 hours. These could include near-miss incidents, dangerous occurrences, first aid treatments, potentially disabling or disabling accidents, major accidents, fatal accidents, accident investigation. To prevent accidents, please make sure you attend all mandatory training. First aid equipment is located at all sites and in all company vehicles. Please speak to your manager if you do not know where they are. You will also find with the first aid kit a full list of first aiders to call in the event of an emergency. If you are a PC or laptop user, LCH will also carry out a DSE assessment with you. What is a DSE assessment and how can it benefit you? DSE assessments are essential for users of computers or laptops, whether that's on-site or off-site work. This is to prevent work-related upper limb disorders, headaches, and eye strain. Remember, if you're identified as a DSE worker, we offer free eyesight tests. It's good practice to take regular breaks when you're doing intensive DSE work. Another possible risk at work is lone working. How to keep safe whilst lone working? Please make sure you read the lone working policy in full. But if you're going off-site, please make sure you have your work mobile or people-safe device with you, informed a colleague of where you're going, the appointment is in your diary, informed a colleague you have arrived and left safely. You may need specific equipment to help you carry out your job safely. How do you know your equipment is fit for purpose? Your department risk assessments identify if you need to wear any protective equipment as part of your role. If you're instructed to do so, then please make sure that the equipment is in full working order before undertaking any tasks. Examples of equipment you may be provided with include gloves, goggles or masks, high-vis jacket, hard hats and toe-capped shoes, wet weather gear. If you're using electrical equipment, it must have been PAT tested. PAT is an abbreviation for Portable Appliance Testing. PAT testing is an assessment and inspection that is specifically for electrical equipment used within the organisation. PAT testing must only be undertaken by a trained, competent person. However, you can do a visual check of any equipment you are using to make sure it is safe. For example, are there any frayed wires? Is the plug fitted correctly? Are there burn marks on the equipment? Etc. Your work might also require you to use chemicals. So, what is COSH? COSH stands for Control of Substances Hazardous to Health. To ensure you're aware of all the hazardous substances that could be around you, a COSH assessment will be completed. In addition to this, you will find hazard symbols on products which will help you identify if there are any dangers associated with using it. Always follow instructions carefully and use PPE when instructed to stay safe. Most of us will be required to do manual handling as part of our work, be it just lifting photocopier paper to moving heavy equipment. Safe manual handling. Manual handling includes lifting, carrying, pulling, pushing, and reaching. Make sure you attend any manual handling training provided to ensure you minimize the risk of possible injury. Always think about the safest way to lift or carry an object. Can you use a trolley, get help from a colleague, or break it down into smaller loads? We will all be dealing with people in our roles. How will LCH minimize and control the risk of violence, verbal abuse, or intimidating behavior? LCH will take all reasonable steps to ensure that dealing with aggressive or threatening behavior is minimized. This includes verbal and physical abuse and anything that could be damaging to your health. Please make sure you're familiar with all the relevant policies and procedures for your department and attend any personal safety training on offer. How do you look after yourself, and how will LCH support you? LCH appreciates that at times some aspects of work may have an increased level of pressure. We will focus on identifying the following key areas to ensure your well-being in the workplace. Identification of pressure. Who to discuss it with. What to do next. Support. We appreciate you may experience pressures outside of work, and people will deal with these pressures in different ways. However, being under the influence of drugs or alcohol will not be tolerated while in the workplace. If you have any concerns, this can be discussed with your line manager. So, now you have a brief overview. Please take the time to read the full health and safety policy. You will find this in your induction pack and on LCH Interact. Stay safe, and let's keep moving forward together.